Hey, this is Steve Sterlacci. Today I wanted to do a little bit of a reaction video to something that happened to me on our last summer tour. I feel like as musicians, we try to portray this image, especially like in the YouTube world, that everything's always perfect and that everything is always clean and everything is as it should be. And that's really not the reality. Things go wrong, things happen. There's a lot of post-editing stuff that happens and things. And this in particular, the reason I was looking back at this is because we're starting to prep for our summer tour this year and starting to get the new material together and new rehearsals. And I was reflecting on last summer's tour and how I totally botched this one show in particular. It was actually our last show of the entire tour. So we had spent 2 whole months in Europe, and this was how I ended it personally, literally during our encore. So what's supposed to happen in this video is it's a very interesting cover of Johnny Be Good. We make it our own totally unique thing. I would suggest watching, on YouTube, just type in Jessica Lynn, Johnny Be Good. You'll find a version of us doing this properly. But it starts off during the guitar solo where I step up. I start the main riff, and then Jessica actually bumps me out. For those of you who don't know who Jessica is Jessica Lynn, the country artist that I tour with full time. She also happens to be my wife, so you can imagine what type of stuff happened to me after this. So I start the solo, and then she winds up bumping me out of the way and says, "Okay, watch this," and does her thing. So where did this go wrong? She bumps me out of the way, and as I'm walking back to my spot on stage, my cable snagged a piece of my Helix and turned my preset knob and completely shut off her signal. Completely shut it off. And again, why is this happening? Jessica and I both run our electric guitars through my Helix. So when I have my Helix floor on the ground on stage, Jessica's electric guitar sound is controlled by me and my guitar is controlled by me. So I'm handling everything, all of the tone changes, all the solo boosts for me and Jessica. So she's dependent and relying on me to get this right and to have her sound be what it should be. So I play the riff, I get bumped out of the way, she starts doing her thing. I walk back to my spot and my cable snags the preset knob on my Helix and changes my preset to where her guitar is not activated. And this just totally sucks. I have it on video and I want to show it to you guys. What you're going to see is she's going to start playing her solo and her sound is just going to completely drop out. But what you won't see is her reacting to it. So part of being a professional is that no matter what, the show must go on. You smile and you rock it out regardless. If you watch, and she did an excellent job of covering this up, she hears that her signal totally cuts out and there's nothing being played, but you can't physically see that anything's happening. So I'm going to go over to YouTube and we're going to watch this together right now. Something else to keep in mind, this is not mixed audio. This is just direct, dry, board audio that we got when we were playing the festival and we finished up. They just said, "Hey, do you want to give us a USB card and just dump off the audio and you guys can have the video and audio from the show?" So we said, "Yeah, sure, great." So this is not mixed audio. It's not like professionally mixed or anything. So this is just raw, direct. So don't give me crap about the mix or anything. So here we are. You can find this. You can find this on YouTube. Just type in Jessica Lynn, Lithuania, and you'll see our whole hour and 17-minute concert is up on YouTube. So just to show you the scale of what this festival was, let's skip around. I'm just going to skip around here so you can see a couple of the things. All right, I threw that in just because I actually did do some stuff decent in this show. All right, back to what I'm looking for here. Okay, so I'm going to pause it here so you guys can see just how many people. We headlined this festival. There's more than a couple of thousand people here. The place was totally packed, out of control. So look at this crowd.
All right, shake it. Last song, come on. Jump around.
All right, let's get to the solo section now. So another part of this is that there's a guitar switch where our 73-year-old, now 74, Bob's birthday just passed, our 74-year-old pedal steel player gets up and takes the guitar from Jess and plays a guitar solo also. And then Jessica runs back and gets behind the drum kit. It's a whole crazy mess that actually is really cool live. So just if you want to check that out, go and see a different version of it other than this one. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Tape, that was great.
It's about to happen, but just look at how much of a great moment that I ruined, her rocking out like this with all these people here. All right, here we go. You're gonna listen. You're gonna hear her signal totally drop. And if you look at me in the background, watch me in the background, you'll see me start panicking and you see me start tap dancing. Anyway, so from here, I finish my solo and then Bob takes over. If you could only understand the death stare that I got while she was running back there. And from there, Bob comes up and steals the show. I have a little bit of a live look at what happened to me after this show, because as you know, Jessica is also my wife. So you can imagine this didn't go well for me after the show. So what I learned from this, and what I totally fixed and will never happen again, is that I started putting tape on my Helix, and I started getting questions about why I have a piece of gaff tape on my Helix. I will show you. This is my actual Helix that I use on tour. And you'll see this preset knob I keep taped up now for that exact reason. My cable just went right through there and it totally turned the signal off. What you heard actually was literally just my dry DI sound, which sounded so terrible. And then I eventually got the sound back on track in time for our pedal steel player Bob to step up and take his solo. This was definitely a lesson learned for me, and something that I hope will never happen again and doesn't happen to you guys as well. Things that you could take away from this: great job to Jessica for being so professional and not acting like something was going wrong, and just still putting on a great show for the audience. So if anything comes out of this, it's a good pro tip to learn from Jess, is that no matter what, don't let the audience know that something else is going on. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate the support, and I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video.